So you're moving here to the Dayton area and you're considering moving to Riverside. And you're wondering, what neighborhoods in this community should I move to? Well, in this video, my team and I came up with the top 7 neighborhoods that you want to consider when moving to our area. So stick around. What's up, everybody? This is Tim Whittemore with the Whittemore Group right here in Dayton, Ohio. If this is your first time to our channel, we do tons and tons of videos about everything you need to know about our area. As a military veteran of 14 years and now a military spouse, I've moved so many places. And every time I moved somewhere, there was always such a lack of information on where to move to and what to anticipate. That's why we created this channel for you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that little bell so you're notified every single time we got a new video coming out. Now, honestly, my team and I, we get tons of phone calls and emails and texts each and every day. People that are moving to this area and got some questions and need some help, and well, we absolutely love it. So if you are coming to this area, got some questions, need some help, again, give us a call, text, email, heck, shoot us a little paper airplane. Whatever you need to do, we got your back when moving here to the Dayton area. Okay, so let's talk about moving to Riverside. All right, and what I'm going to talk about here is why people want to move to Riverside itself. Well, let's get into that. First of all, it's just a great location. Its proximity to Dayton is, well, it's just right across the way there. And plus, you are pretty much right outside one of the gates over there by Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. So how awesome is that? Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is actually the biggest employer in the Dayton area. So if you happen to be one of those people that are lucky enough to work on that base, well, you're in a great place. Not only that, but Riverside has easy access to the highway systems. One of the things I personally love, if you've seen any of my other videos here, I love the highway systems. If you have come from another place, like someplace by the coast or out in the middle of nowhere where there's just like that one road, it just drives you crazy, right? But this one and the highway systems in the Dayton area, you're typically 5 to 30 minutes away from anywhere you want to be. Well, if you're going to Riverside, well, you're pretty much close to where you want to go anyway, but you're not that far of a drive away. One awesome thing that's great, since I'm in real estate, is the housing affordability in Riverside. It's incredible in the entire Dayton area, but it's so affordable. And great part about that is Riverside, you get the affordability and you're super close to Beaver Creek with all their amenities without having to pay their taxes. So awesome. Not only that, but there's a great community out here. Very friendly people. There's lots of retired military people because of the base that's there. I totally get it. I'm a vet too. It's just really awesome. So we're going to go into the neighborhoods that are in Riverside. Well, there's really not that many. I told you I was going to give you the top 7. Well, there's probably 8 or 10 total. So we're pretty much going to go all through those. Now, if you're like me and you move to different areas and you're trying to figure out, okay, I said I wanted to go to a certain area, in this case Riverside, and I want to figure out where in Riverside I want to go. Well, me and my wife, when we got here, we pretty much did like everybody else was going to do and drove around the different communities. And now, what's good for you compared to what was good for us, being a military family, whatnot, it might be night and day. So I didn't and couldn't really relate what the top 7 are. Now, I am going to go over all these communities, but these are the areas that we could pick out from nextdoor.com, which is probably the best for neighborhoods. But as far as affordability, if you check out places like neighborhoodscout.com, they're going to give you the different affluences in different areas, just in case Riverside wasn't the one that you wanted to go to. Without further ado, let's move into what this looks like. Mainly because I, as a military vet, am not from the Dayton area or Riverside, so I want to give you this through my perspective, and I want you to understand where I'm coming from. So if you are one of our locals here, please, you can take a moment right now, leave a comment here, say, yes, I'm a Riverside local, and if you have any good insight, please keep it positive about this area. Please leave it in there for people coming in to enjoy it as much as you have. Okay. Let's get into it. Number 1 is the Airway Stretch community. Now this is located just west of the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. It's got a population about 3,500. Its average age is around 52 for its populace, and home ownership is at 61%. Why am I giving you this? Well, again, it's going to be based on what's the preference for you. The average age is going to let you know how young or how old a certain community is. The population will tell you how big it is, and the home ownership is usually indicative of how desirable that location is over time. So let's go on to number 2. We have Wright View. Now, Wright View community is located just west of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and the Airway Stretch that I was just talking about. That population is about 4,300. Your average age is around 46, so a younger community, probably because of all the military people. And home ownership in this community is 61% as well. Moving on up, let's go to Riverside. Riverside community is located just south of the Eastwood Metro Park. It's not a very big area, so probably a couple hundred in its population. This is a really nice community because it's a walking distance to the park, nice access to the highways, and of course nice access to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, which is pretty much the entire part of Riverside. Number 4 is Valley. The Valley community is located just north of the Eastwood Metro Park. It's got about 3,300 in its population. Average age here, 49 years old. Home ownership is at 51%. This is one of those areas that has a lot of those big rental apartment complexes. So it's really nice community, good proximity. Home ownership isn't that good, but again, the apartments that we've driven through out there actually look pretty nice. So if that's what you're after, this might be something to consider. Number 5, we have Valley Street. Now this is located just east of where the high school is at. It's kind of a small community out there. Nice part about this is you get to walk to some of the fast food restaurants, to the school, and places like that. Number 6, we have Forest Ridge. Forest Ridge is a really nice residential area just located northern part of the Riverside area, right? It's got about 4,200 in its population. Its average age is around 53, and home ownership is 85%. If I could put a number 1 on one, this is where I would personally put this as number 1, or the best one, only because it does have that high home ownership. As I drove through, I really could envision my family living in this area, so maybe this is something that you might consider if that's important to you. And last but not least, number 7 is Wynwood. Hopefully I'm saying that correct. If you're a local and I said it wrong, I'm sorry. I do that a lot in these videos. Again, I just don't have your accent, or I'm just not pronouncing it correctly. I'm sorry. All right, let's go. All right, this one's located just south of Forest Ridge and just north of Route 4. Now this is just north of the Huffman Metro Park. Really nice little park out there. Population in this community is about 1,200. Average age, 51. Home ownership is 79%. So again, one of the second best in this area as far as home ownership. It is just south of the Forest Ridge area. And again, one of my personal favorites. So hopefully it might be for yours. And again, it could be what's important for you and your family, or your outlook. Really just depends on what your needs are. So if there's something specific that you were looking for, or you had questions on in this community, I ask you guys, go ahead, leave us a comment here below. Again, if you are local here for Riverside and you have some good insight that you'd like to give to people about the communities here, please leave it positive and leave here a comment below. I love hearing from our locals. I love this area personally. Even though I'm not from here, I may appreciate it a little bit more, but you know, I could be partial. This is a wonderful area, guys. If you're not moving to Riverside and you're thinking about some other places in Dayton, check out our other videos on this channel. They'll be coming up here right after this. And if you do have questions and you are moving to the Dayton area and you're considering other places in Dayton or Riverside, reach out to my team here. We're filled with all sorts of military spouses, locals, all sorts of great people ready to help you out and answer any questions that you do have. So feel free to give us a call, text, or email. We're happy to help out anyway. Again, My name is Tim Whittemore with the Whittemore Group at eXp Realty. We'll see you here in the next video. Take care.